Hello everyone and welcome back to my next video. I am so excited for today's video. If you missed episode 4, because this is episode 5 of my Create Mod Skyblock series, it should pop up on the screen in the top right hand corner right now. So go ahead and click on that and check out that video before you jump into this. So nothing is spoiled, even though I guess there's some things in the background that is definitely spoiling some things. So don't look. I have some exciting news for all of you, and I'm sure that a couple of you guys might have already noticed, is that I am running an RTX 3080 now, which is overkill for Minecraft, but there's other reasons outside of YouTube, the reason that I have that. And that means that I'm running everything to the max at the moment, minus a couple different settings that ruin Create Mod's look. But that's gonna be really cool. Higher quality video quality. Also, I have a new microphone, shock mount, pop filter, and even a boom arm. So I am sure that my audio will sound a little bit better, especially for people that are wearing headphones. But with all of these changes, I'm sure there might be something a little off inside of this video, maybe even just like the sound as far as like how high it is or how low it is. So let me know in the comments if there's anything that you think is a little not right for the videos that I make. Other than that though, let's jump straight into the video. All right, guys, I'm so excited for this. Now, to start out this episode, I want to also point out that I've changed the GUI, or the GUI, however you want to pronounce it, that it's higher now. Because I've had some comments say, hey, I can't see at all what's inside of your inventory. Can you up it? So I've done that. It looks a lot better, especially running higher frames. But on top of that, I figure we'll take a huge jump into Botania, especially in the beginning of this if we can. I've seen a lot of comments saying it's going to be super helpful. This pig really likes me, man. That it'll be super helpful, and it should be able to walk me through by just using this book. So the Lexica Botania, 416th edition. Magic Tech Naturally, or Magic Tech Naturally. Botania is a tech mod themed around natural magic. The main concept is to create magical flowers and devices utilizing the power of the earth in the form of mana. I feel like I'm playing Wizards 101 right now. Sorry, I was just clicking on some things. It looks like we already have some advancements unlocked, probably through just the odds and ends that we've been given. Let's go with basics and mechanics. Lexica Botania. I guess we'll start there. All right, so I probably cut out all of the reading through this book because there was a lot of reading that I did. But let me go over a couple key things. Basics. By the way, I've never used Botania, however you want to pronounce it. So I'm all brand new. I'm going to do things that are dumb, so please let me know in the comments of anything you want me to attack. But one key thing that I've noticed is mystical flowers are kind of the key, the beginning to all of it, and they give you petals, which you can plant and turn into other dyes or turn them into a bunch of other odds and ends. But one of the key things to take away is that if we make floral fertilizer, we can actually grow these flowers, which it's kind of a nice thing. There's also like larger flowers that you can grow by growing. If you click on a mystical flower with the floral fertilizer, it'll then make like a larger one, and things like that. So that's the beginning. There's a lot of other things that I just covered inside of this. Everything from things inside of the end to this is how I can make a pumpkin that I can actually spawn a blaze if I would like to, which that might be a little interesting. There's a lot. So I'm going to start moving towards the beginning of just going to every one of these islands just to see if there's any flowers that have already been like placed. And then if that's not the case, we can go ahead and make some floral fertilizer and just kind of move in that direction. But I figured we should just begin by exploring all the other islands. It is time for our adventure to begin. Man, there's going to be so many islands that we're going to have to check out. But I figured that the first one we should stop by is cocoa beans, because we can actually do some things with cocoa beans and make automated cocoa bean farms and things like that. And my hope is that maybe on some of these islands there'll be like chests or something and we'll get some extra items. So let's begin on our adventure. Look at that. We made it. We have a sheep. We have cocoa beans. I'm gonna build this platform out a little bit because I'm a little nervous that either I will fall off, which will be okay, or we will lose our one sheep that we have. Because I don't remember. Do we have sheep over there? It's not loading in. I could be wrong. We might have sheep over there, and then it doesn't really matter. But we have a one sheep that's actually gray, which works kind of well. And then we have regular flowers, which I don't think work. But we have jungle saplings, some bamboo. That'd be cool. Kelp, carrots. We could make a carrot farm now. Eggs and bones. And then it looks like we can use this to harvest some cocoa beans. So we could actually make a cocoa bean farm now, which might as well just harvest these guys. As I was making my way over to the next island that we were going to explore, I figured it was worth to point out that this is what we actually collected, mined, I don't know, from the last video that we ended up ending on. So we got a pretty good amount of items going on here. And then on top of that, it looks like we didn't have anything that didn't turn into ores, but we got some extra cobblestone and stuff. So that's pretty good. We actually have an ore processing system up and running that's working perfectly. We made it. Well, I don't even know what tree this is. Hold up. Fix that. Dark oak logs. That's what it is. It looks a little different. It looks like swampy over in this area. Maybe it's just, I think it's like the dark oak texture of these blocks. But got another chest, which, wow, okay. Has a bell, a flint pickaxe. Wow, that'd have been a little useful in the beginning. A strainer base, some bones, a bunch of dark oak saplings, some flint, sugarcane, bunch of water buckets. We got our first pickaxe. We already got that before. Use a piece of flint on some exposed stone. Oh, so we're getting all the old advancements. Because remember we had that new section added in, which is I think this one, which kind of explains like the introduction of like how in the world do you get one? Craft a matic. I never even thought to craft one of those. That might be our next thing that we make. Something else that we might do later in this episode, depending on what we dive into, I keep pressing escape, is if we look at our limesand, which I briefly talked about in the last episode. If you wash limesand, then you have the chance to get prismarine shards, prismarine crystals, which in my head, at the moment, I don't think are going to be too useful. But you can get diamonds, emeralds, redstone, and you can get lapis. So I could build an automated system to make limesand. I've done this before in our like gold processing video, because if you take sand, turns to limesand and possibly bone meal. You take your sand, and I mean, we haven't gotten into Botania too much, so maybe I can automate this process. But you can also just take crushing wheels and take gravel, which will make sand. And gravel is just simply crushing or milling cobblestone, which it looks like we can actually save some time by just milling it and turning it into gravel, and maybe even before. So we might be able to do this pretty easily and just have an automated area to like slowly generate like diamonds, emeralds, redstone, things like that. Because I've been waiting to get like a silk touch pickaxe to use our ore processing system, and I've realized that in order to get that, I'd have to make an enchantment table, meaning that I would have to then mine said diamonds that we've found here. So it'd be cool if we could just generate them, and then I could actually silk touch these and get more diamonds from that. So that's the game plan. But let's go. Let's explore the next island. And we made it to the next one. Look at this. Which birch tree, again, no flowers from it. That's fine. We can make the fertilizer. But we have villager spawn eggs. Ooh. Beetroot seeds, eggs, a bunch of other odds and ends that aren't too useful besides maybe like beetroot, but we have villager spawn eggs. Ooh, we might be able to trade. I wonder if I don't know if we'll do this in this episode. If not, I might save this for the next episode. Let me know what villagers that I should make, because I can make two. I guess technically if I made a farmer and a regular villager, and then just had the farmer just kind of fool around by the crops, that he might give food to other villagers and they might start to breed. So I could do that to then have multiple villagers. I think I'm right in saying that, but I might hold off till the next episode to attack the villager thing. So let me know in the comments if I'm thinking about this wrong and I should definitely make two other villagers as I just punch my mic stand. An iron matic? I don't know, one of the two. But we got the getting better upgrade, a hoe, axe, shovel, all in one multi-tool. Really cool, because I think if you used to make these in other mods, you had to like make all of the tools and then you could use as one. But that's cool. We could just make iron matics or whatever matic we would like. And there's some other odds and ends that are popping up here that I don't know anything about, but that's a cool tool. We can now use it for everything. we made it. Which looks like we got a chicken, a pumpkin, some sweet berries, which, oh, guess we didn't need those. And then, of course, we have our spruce tree with a rabbit spawn egg, 2 rabbit spawn eggs, actually, bone meal, potatoes, bunch of sweet berries, which we already have, sugar cane, and some spruce saplings. So a lot of just like vegetables. Farming supplies is like a lot of these chests. The rabbits, I don't know what that's used for, besides just, I know it spawns rabbits, but I don't know what a rabbit would be used for in the game. So maybe if you guys know, let me know in the comments, but probably won't spawn these things maybe till the next episode so I could see you guys' reaction. All right, we made it. We made it to the mushroom fields biome, which has given us leather arm, pumpkin pie, sea pickles, bamboo, and a bunch of mycelium. I think that's how you pronounce that. Interesting getup. I definitely feel like if I redid this world, I would have explored this all on day 1, but I didn't want to do that because I felt like it was going to make the video so long. But we're getting a lot of like entry level items or things that like could have been definitely useful right in the very beginning. But that's whatever. We'll go ahead and explore the last 2 islands, and then we should get this last advancement. Is it in this one? There we go. Yeah. Visit the 8 biomes islands, or 8 biome islands. So we just need 2 more islands, which should be these, and we'll get 2 more achievements. Also, figured it's worth pointing out, the Botania achievements looks like will walk us through kind of the process as well. So not only the book, we can see that the beginning is to pick up a mystical flower from the world. So we'll start kind of with that route. All right, we made it to the worst biome, the acacia biome. Let's just, I guess it's not even like an acacia biome. What is it, savanna? I think that's what it is that spawns acacia, and all of these cobblestone has not been placed correctly. All right. Ooh, we got a single diamond. We got a piece of obsidian, some leather, kelp, bamboo, more kelp, disgusting acacia plants, and we got leather boots. So I wonder if we'll get leather pants over there. But there we go. We got the beginnings of an acacia savanna type biome. I know it says warm ocean right over here, but still, not the most useful. But you know what? We got a diamond out of it, so I'll take it. So I totally built to the island and forgot to say, hey, look, we made it to the island. But look at that. Oh, and we got the achievement that just blew out my ears. Hopefully that wasn't too loud for you guys. But if we open this chest, we got some carrots, we got some pumpkin seeds, we got some turtle eggs, sugarcane, and potatoes. And I know we can grow turtles, of course, from turtle eggs. And of course, we have some cactus and a dead bush, which says we need a sword to break this. There we go. Bunch of cactus. So we can now do a cactus farm if we really want to. So for like green dye and things along those lines. Let me know about the turtle eggs, what I should use for those. I know that's base Minecraft, but off the top of my head, I don't think they're too useful. And then we of course got a loot bag, which has given us an extendo grip. Yeah, and coal dust, and I think that was it. But that that was something I was gonna actually craft. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Much better. I know a lot of you guys are wondering what is going on. I have a blue extendo grip. Look at that. And even my wrench is a little blue. Look, you can see it at the bottom as I move, but you can even see it in my inventory. It's a little blue. Oh, you can even see it there. See my little character? Oh, so cool. I think even my goggles might be blue. That might be just base create mod, but either or. I love this. So this is a custom resource pack that 4 inches on my Discord, or he goes by a different name. There you go. I just pulled it up. It's Bearzy Duke of Thraven. That's what he goes by in Discord. He made a custom resource pack, and I've been meaning to use it in my videos, and I forgot to until that very moment. I was like, oh my god, this is the perfect moment to use it. And I have to point out, this resource pack has my logo, and I'm holding a little wrench. Look at that. I'm holding a little create mod wrench. I love that. Oh man, this is, we made it, boys. We made it. People are making me custom resource packs. This is we're using it for the rest of the series. All right, so mission failed, but kind of in a good way. We explored all the islands, didn't really find anything Botania related, at least to my knowledge. But we've got the advancement, of course, for exploring all the islands, and we got all of the tools from it as well. Now, on top of all of that, let's just start following the advancements for Botania, because the very first thing is to pick up a mystical flower from the world, and in order to do that, we have to make the fertilizer, which is the floral fertilizer, which is bone meal, and then 4 of, I believe, any type of dye. So we might be able to just use white dye, or we could use living root, which I don't know if we have any. So let's go ahead and make some floral fertilizer. There we go, floral fertilizer, and then let's sleep really quick. If we go ahead and right click this, it glows all on the ground, and we get a mystical pink flower, which I think they said, is it if we right click? It says we can harvest it with a sword. Let's give it a shot. Yeah, we get a mystical pink flower, and then if we put it inside of our crafting grid, we can then get petals, which can turn into other things. But Sky of the Beginning advancement, which has exploded into a ton of other advancements, including the cacophonium, to mildly infuriate your foes. This actually, I was reading on to it. This will copy sounds of entities that you right click on, so you can make it make like creeper noises and things like that. The craft the mana pool to store mana. And then we have make a generating flower and a petal apothecary. And we have all of these other ones, which of course we already have our trinket, because we got that from like a random crate. But we have odds and ends, create a mana enchanter to have better control over enchanting. That's going to be interesting. Make a functional flower and a petal apothecary. Create a minecart with mana pool for long range mana transport. Huh. Create mana weave armor to power up your rods. Okay, we could make that. Use a runic altar to create a rune. Make a spark to help transfer mana around. Infuse and eat a delicious biscuit of totality. Craft an assembly halo to facilitate crafting. We have our trinkets. And we have make a tiny potato and pet it. That's a very interesting last one to make. But I'm curious. Assembly halo. I'm curious what this is. It doesn't give me a description or anything, but it's with mana steel ingots, which is going to be mana infusion, which a mana pool is from living rocks, which it looks like we could use a pure daisy to turn dark scoria into it. How do we make a pure daisy? It's a petal apothecary. So we're diving deep into getting all this stuff. But all right, let's see what we can do. So I just noticed that this actually grew more than one flower. There's a mystical pink flower, but it actually grew a mystical yellow flower. We'll break that, and a mystical gray flower as well. So look at that. We got a couple different flowers, and of course, all of these guys we can actually turn into petals. Which I believe with the petals, let's see. We'll see what we can do. If I turn these all into petals, I believe if I plant one, I can then take floral fertilizer and plant that. Was it that? Or was it supposed to be regular bone meal, maybe? Ah, yes, regular bone meal. And that gives us a tall mystical yellow flower, which we can break. Uh-oh. Maybe we can't break. I just destroyed that. Let's try that again. Mystical yellow flower. There we go. And bone meal gives us a tall mystical yellow flower, and then I don't know how to break this. So let's pick up these guys really quick, because we can have all these other colorful flowers for now, which gives us mystical light blue, mystical. I always say cyan. Oh my god, I'm losing it. I'm sorry. I just worked a 9-hour shift, guys. But here we go. We got a bunch of different petals. And if I grab my book. All right, so I just checked, and I could be wrong, but I believe that if you have this petal, and if you take a flower and then plant it, you can turn it into 2, and so on and so on. I just haven't figured out how to harvest this yet. I don't know. Maybe it makes mana or something, or maybe. Uh-oh. Well, I didn't mean to use that, but we got more flowers now. Not what I meant to do. We gotta figure out what we do with the tall flowers. So after messing around a little bit, and it looks like if I thank you. Oh, cool. So if I look at any type of thing from Botania, shift right click, I can actually bring it up inside of the book. But also, the petals that I've been getting, which is from just grabbing a regular flower, putting it in here, and then planting them, and then using bone meal on them, I can harvest these guys, but it's with shears. So I have to craft shears somehow. There we go. So we got some shears, and then I should be able to... Ah, there we go. Tall mystical yellow flower. And this turns into double the amount of petals. So I can basically make infinite petals of different colors if I would like, which is pretty neat. So I've opened up this book, and I've noticed that there are some new things that we can dive into. So basics and mechanics, we now have the Petal Apothecary, which we saw an achievement for. The Pure Daisy, which I think we also saw that we were going to use that to make the Petal Apothecary. We have the Flower Pouch. Trinkets and accessories, we have cosmetic trinkets and introduction to trinkets, which I don't know if I read that yet, but either or. And then miscellaneous, we have the shimmering mushrooms. So I'm gonna read through these off camera, and then I'll just kind of come back with anything of importance. Also, quick thing, let me know in the comments if you want me to actually read through these live on the camera or skip over them. I know for people that have probably used this mod a million times, probably don't really care about me reading over these things. That's why I'm just skipping over it and just kind of going over like the main things I should work on. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. No! Oh my god, I just angered the bees. Oh my god, I was hitting the zombie, man. Oh man, I don't even know if I can unanger them. Oh my god, are you kidding me? I was hitting the zombie. Oh, and we got a creeper, of course, just to add to the fun of everything that's going on. Guys, I was just reading a book. Stop. Don't blow up. I'm on Skyblock, man. Don't. Oh no. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my... Okay, that didn't actually destroy much. I'll take that, but I'm so weak. Oh my god. We're not dying today, boys. We're not dying today. Oh, are you fine now? Oh my god. All right. Oh, nope. No. Stop. Stop. Why? Oh my god. Are you fine? Okay, I'll take that. Oh, this has been a nightmare. All right. And I thought, oh, they're spawning maybe where the crops are, or maybe down over there. I can't believe I was reading the book and it got to nighttime, and well, all of that just happened. All right. After I almost died, and I've read a lot of the book, I figured some quick things to go over. Petal Apothecary. It's going to be kind of like the beginnings of crafting other things made out of cobblestone slabs and any type of petal or just straight up mushroom, or shimmering mushroom, excuse me, which I'll cover in a second. Pure Daisy allows you to turn things into its like pure form, or excuse me, not its pure form, turn wood and rock into living wood and living rock. So if you put down logs, stone, it'll turn into living wood, which you can then make into living wood twigs. You can also take netherrack and turn that into cobblestone or soul sand and turn that into sand, or ice into packed ice, and water into snow. Don't know about those being too useful. And then if we take the white petals around a petal apothecary, we could turn that into said pure daisy. So kind of pure daisy, or excuse me, petal apothecary will lead to the pure daisy. Cosmetic trinkets, it's just cosmetics. You can get a trinket and turn it into something funny, like googly eyes, kind of like the thing I have now. And then, I don't know where else I just went. There was something else that we unlocked. Oh, shimmering mushrooms. If we're in need of flowers and we can't get flowers, we can also use a mushroom. Mushroom and a piece of dye will turn into a shimmering mushroom, which can be used in place of a petal. So that was kind of the other thing. So first thing that we are going to make is, or let's just make a list out here, is we want the, there we go. We want the pure daisy, and we want the petal apothecary, which you can make a bunch of different ones depending on the type of wood, or excuse me, depending on the type of things that you use to make it. But the petal apothecary is just gonna be stone, and just some kind of shimmering, or some type of petal. So, let's just go ahead and grab cobblestone if we have any. We might have used it all in all of the slab building. Boom. Petal apothecary. Yeah, I'll use one of those. We can get these back. But all right. the Petal Apothecary, it showed, I'm just trying to find a spot for it. We might put it kind of over in this area, maybe. Yeah, we'll put it right here for now. Sure. And then if I take this, we'll get rid of this tree, and we'll make this our Petal Apothecary. And they said that if we take a water bucket, which we actually have one, and right-click, we can place water in here, and now we're able to throw items in here in exchange. And what it said for us is that if we take 4 white petals, we can turn it into that pure daisy that we were talking about. So that's kind of our next step, is to get 4 white petals. I just realized I completely forgot, because I was gathering a bunch of flowers, that there are 2 other things that we can make. 2 other things? 1 other thing? Something like that. If I can find it, it's the flower pouch, which is made out of wool and made out of a petal. And this is a flower pouch that will hold all of our flowers for us. So let's go ahead and get some wool. We should have our shears, which we do. So we just go ahead and harvest some wool from our sheep over here, and we should be on the right track. There we go, flower pouch. And if we right click on this, it's going to actually hold all of our flowers. And I think it was our offhand that we have to hold this in. Maybe? Let's see. Can I think I can put them in here, but I think if let's see. If it's just in my inventory, I wonder if it'll pick up. Oh, it might have. Hold up. That'd be cool if that's the case. Huh. Because then if we open this up, we have all of our flowers in here. Look at that. Let me grab one more because I want to test that even if I just have it in my inventory, that'll be fine. And yeah, looks like that's the case. Perfect. Because that means that we can even keep our extendo grip on out with our flower pouch. Look at that. Hey, we got our first white flower. It has taken a century. Oh, we got 2 as well. It's taken us a century to get one of these. Honestly, I thought it wasn't even possible at one moment, but we have plenty of flowers now. So if I open our flower pouch, it looks like we have every single kind of flower except whatever this one is. But that's okay, because we can take one of these guys, and then I believe we take these and turn it into white petals. We now have a single white petal, which we could then place and use bone meal on to make a larger one, and so on to use our rest of our white petals. So that works perfectly, because I could take these for now, turn these into more white petals, and I'm just always going to save 1, and that should make it so we're good. Which actually we'll have to use now anyways, so that's fine. There we go. So if I plant 1 white petal, I bone meal it, I now have the tall mystical white flower. If I break it with shears, I now have it back, and boom, we have a bunch of white petals, which we only need 4. And I'll just check the recipe really quick. That the pure daisy is 4 white petals inside of a petal apothecary. So it should be if I just right click. So I'm stupid. I accidentally just placed these on the ground instead of throwing them inside of the petal apothecary. So 1 second, let's get some bone meal. I'll just bone meal the other ones. We can go that route. Well, we have plenty of tall mystical white flowers, and I think 1 might have fallen in here. Maybe? Oh, it definitely did. How do I get it out? There we go. I had to shift right click without the extendo grip, but that gives us the tall mystical white flowers, which we can turn into these guys. And then we should be able to throw 4 white petals into here. And this should turn into... Oh, it needs a seed. Hold up. And then if we throw a seed in, it should turn right into our pure daisy. Look at that. And it like sizzled off from away from the water. And the book also talked about we can automate this process of refilling water and things like that. I think an observer detects when it's empty, and then it can just place with a dispenser. We could also probably just use a deployer from the Create mod and work that route. But either or, we now have our pure daisy. So we can use this guy, which just trying to find a place to place him down. There you go. I placed our pure daisy kind of here, because now we can place some blocks around it. And that should kind of allow us to start turning some items if we would like. And also, we just unlocked a ton of new things to dive into, so might as well go read through them. So I just started looking through this book right in here, and I noticed that this is diving into a whole other realm. And I know we haven't done much botany inside of this episode, so I apologize for that. But I don't want to just leave this episode on me just completing some odd chapters and stuff and just being a really boring end of a video. So I figured we'll end this video jumping back into the Create mod, and we could make a limesand auto farm, which should be pretty neat, pretty exciting to create. And I can basically run through it right now really quick. So if we look at limesand right here, we can see that if you mill sand, it turns into limesand, or if you mill diorite, it turns into limesand. And it's the same thing if you use crushing wheels, but if we take sand, or it looks like cobblestone into a mana pool equals sand. So we could do this maybe in the future. But one other thing that we could do, it looks like we could also use soul sand, is mill sandstone, or we can crush gravel, and that turns into sand. Now, that's what we're going to care about. So our gravel can be milled from cobblestone, which cobblestone we could generate, turns to gravel, turns to sand, and then turns into lime sand. So that's something we can do. So I'm going to write out all the ingredients that we need, and then from there, we can just actually build a little lime sand-like farm. All right, so I don't have everything. I could say that much. But I'm going to build a very basic cobblestone generator first. And I've completely guessed on how this machine's going to go. So we're going to hope it doesn't block anything once we have this all built. But to start off, we're just going to place down some cobblestone walls, which I actually placed incorrectly. And by the way, I made this iron matic because it's also supposed to be a pickaxe. It can't break anything that's like pickaxe related. It can do other items, but it can't do that, which kind of sucks. But I'm using the flint or pickaxe that I found just for the time being. But of course, I'll probably make an iron one or maybe a later material in the next video. But we're going to put down our 3 cobblestone stairs. We're then going to place our drills, which are, of course, going to be a little trickier to place. There we go. Drills aimed at these cobblestone stairs. And then our next step is going to be, again, a little bit tricky, but we're just going to kind of play around a little bit here with the flooring and the walls, because we don't want to kill ourselves with lava. And yes, I said lava. That's going to be our next move, which is, again, going to be a bit tricky, but we could probably figure this out. All right, I'm totally going to flood my place for a second, but we're going to place water inside of these stairs. So we'll place one more as well. And then theoretically, if I can place down this cobblestone just like so, we can place a single piece of lava right here, and we'll just actually have to block this off, and it should turn this all to cobblestone, or well, stone below, then be mined, and we're going to have a belt that's going to pull it out and run it through all of the areas that we need. At least theoretically, that's what we're going to do. So let me see if I can do the next step yet for lime sand, because we're going to make cobblestone, and cobblestone is going to turn into gravel, which we can do by milling, actually. So that's perfect. Let me make a belt really quick. All right, I figured it's worth it for me to run through what the heck is going on here. So we have our cobblestone generator that we don't have lava in currently, but that's okay. It's going to generate cobblestone, and then it's going to go through the belt, go into the andesite funnel, and fall right into the chest. Now, this belt is continuing underneath, but since it's an andesite funnel, it'll pick up everything and place it into said chest, and then output and be placed into this mechanical belt. And again, I did that just because I want this little extra chest here for if I need cobblestone, which, you know what, we'll even do this just to make it so there's no delay. We'll put a brass funnel on the front of it as well. So it'll have no delay. It'll constantly just pick up items, put them in the chest. And then the cobblestone is then going to go into the millstone. And if we look into our recipe book, we can see that it's going to turn right into gravel. And then from our gravel, we could turn it into sand simply by using a crushing wheel, which is going to give us some extra things like flint and clay balls. I'll probably make a brass funnel to pull those items off. But we want to turn it into sand, and then we can just run it through another millstone, and that turns it into lime sand. And then we simply just have to wash it, which we can see if we wash it, we get our chance to get diamonds, emeralds, lapis, redstone, and a whole bunch of other prismarine stuff, which is perfect. Exactly what we're looking for. I might run out of some room now that I'm thinking about this, but we'll see what I can do. All right, this has taken a hot minute to be able to pull all of this off. This has been a lot of work to get this all up and running, and it's not even powered yet. So that's gonna be a whole other just craziness. But we'll we'll see what we could do. So let me run you through on how this whole process works. So of course we have our cobblestone generator that's dropping cobblestone, going into a chest where it's just going to store some cobblestone just in case I need cobblestone in the future. Because I mean, look at how many things I've made with cobblestone. And then it's going to pull it out. It's going to go into the millstone. This mills it into gravel, I believe. Yeah, gravel. And then the gravel goes into the crushing wheels. The crushing wheels crush said gravel and turn it into what is it? Turn it into sand. And then the sand, when it's turning into sand, has a chance to drop flint and clay. And that's where we need to make a smart chute that's gonna pull out the flint and the clay and drop it into the chest and keep the sand on. And the sand will go into the millstone. The millstone will mill it into lime sand. Then we have an encased fan blowing water onto the depot where the lime sand will land, and that will turn it into our diamonds or emeralds or redstone or lapis, anything along those lines. And then that's where I had to build this weird contraption where it outputs items onto a belt. It's going to pull it up, put it into this brass funnel, and output it all into the chest. Not at all the most efficient. I know probably a bunch of you guys are going to be going, Rocket, what the heck, man? But it works at the end of the day. So that's all that matters. Now we're going to have to work on powering this whole machine as well as adding a smart chute. There we go. Filter has been placed, and this should only allow clay and flint to go into this large chest. Might be a little tricky with this andesite funnel, but that's my hope is that this smart chute will overpower this andesite funnel, but we're just going to hope for the best for now. But other than that, let's work on powering the system. So I may or may not have done the entire power sequence, even started it up and realized I didn't actually record. Uh, Let's just pretend that didn't happen. I haven't officially tested the machine besides some cobblestone has made it here. So we're gonna restart this. So let me eat some food as usual. We'll throw some water wheels in here, which it looks like it needs 3 water wheels in order to power everything, which is kind of what I expected. And you can see that we have cobblestone going into our chest, then gets outputted, thrown into our millstone, and then theoretically should be getting thrown basically through this belt over here, turning to lime sand, and then it looks like, yeah, turned right into a prismarine shard and has been thrown into here. So let's see. The one thing I am worried about is here, and that is that this might get either clay or flint, and that would cause an issue because this theoretically should pull it, but there's a chance that it would go inside this andesite funnel first. So I'm gonna wait a second and see if we can't get any type of like flint or sand or flint or clay balls to go into our system. Look at that. We got our first couple pieces of redstone and lapis already, which is really sweet. No diamonds yet. And it looks like our flint and our clay balls are being pulled out. So this system might actually work, which is pretty sweet because this has only been on for probably less than a minute and we haven't gotten diamonds or emeralds, but we have lapis and redstone, which is 2 things that we, of course, don't have an infinite amount until now. So that's going to be pretty sweet, especially because if we want to start making, well, I guess maybe not this ring entirely, but we could start making these other rings. If I can pull them up, you can see, I guess this one's made out of bone blocks and iron, but there's a couple of them, like this one that's made out of diamonds, emeralds, gold, iron, things like that, that I was a little nervous to go ahead and make in the beginning. Because I didn't want to lose these resources, but now that we're basically able to automate most of these, we can actually start kind of spending some things and making some like really nice armor and things along those lines. Hey everyone, I really hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please drop a like. Feel free to subscribe. I make a ton of content just like this. So if you enjoyed, why don't you subscribe for the next episode? This is also close to about 4 hours of footage with about 4 days of recording time all slumped together. So it's taken some time to go ahead and make a video like this. So if you don't mind dropping a like, once again, that would be fantastic. And as always, here is a sneak peek at the next episode in the series. Look at that. We finally have an enchantment table. Oh my god, we've advanced so far. Let's put this down. I'm so ready. Boom, enchantment table. Boom. What is this? Eterna, Quanta, and Arcana? I don't even know. Bane of Illagers? What is this?